Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for coming by. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm super excited. First of all, thanks to GOG for this great opportunity. I've been I've been a fan of GOG for forever. Okay, a bit louder. How about now? Is it any better? It should be better now. Much better. Okay. Thank you. So, as I was saying, thanks so much GOG for this opportunity. It's fantastic to be here. Hello everyone. Antares, hello. Glad to see you here. And of course, Mr. Braxton Wise, thank you so much. Without you, this wouldn't happen. So, everybody check Mr. Braxton. A lot of you GOG fans know who he is probably, but anyway, check him out. He's a great retro streamer. Indeed, Post Dreamy. The intro song is fantastic. I love it. It's super hyped, isn't it? Indeed, it makes me quite excited. Okay, now a bit about me. My name is Martin. I am Bulgarian. I stream from time to time, but mostly in my native language. So I also stream mostly retro games, mostly point and clicks. So if at some point you would like to come by my channel, sure, you're always welcome. Yeah, Braxton, what a surprise, right? Isn't it? I will always speak to you in English. I'm happy to do it, but of course at some point I'm gonna talking about my channel, of course, I'm gonna turn back to Bulgarian, but don't be shy and come and say hi. Hello Kartacha, this is another Bulgarian streamer. He is a great Metroidvania player. If you're into Metroidvania, that's your guy. Yeah, Coffee Nook, I'm glad you like the city. It's a nice city, indeed. Well, okay then. Now, Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. This is what we're gonna play tonight. Now, I'm somewhat familiar with the game. It's not a game I haven't played before. You're probably well aware of it. I mean, the fans, the retro fans. One of the best out there, story-wise, audio-wise. The graphics are great for the time. I just love the voice acting. Probably you all do. And so I'm familiar. So at some point, the game will look like a mixture between I know what I'm doing and I'm getting stuck. Of course, the great Tim Къри. You can't forget the great Tim Къри. And actually, at first I thought, okay, let's stream the remake, the 20th anniversary remake of the game. But Mr. Braxton Wise there told me that the audio is not the original one, and it just takes so much away from the game. In my own opinion, indeed. And I not only you. I when you told me about it, I went online and just read through several forums. Indeed, a lot of people thought that part of the game's charm is lost. Yeah, it would have been great, but that's not it. So, without further ado, let's start. No? Okay. Hey Mar, welcome in. Should have played the intro before that, right? Okay, pro streaming, everybody. Pro streaming.
I bet. Just a minute.
We'll play it.
Lives,
Sorry.
I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita?
It's all good. Should we not play the intro? Or do you guys want to see it? Everything is fine. Okay then. Intro е кофа. Let's see it. Well, Mr. Braxton, the people have spoken. Intro time. Okay, so we're gonna quit. And we're gonna launch it again. Apologies. But there we go. Is there no sound now? It looks like there is sound. Yeah? Ah, because I had to lower it. Let me know if it's better now. I'm sorry about that, Kalindo. It was just a little bit lower. But we wanted to see the intro, so we saw the intro. All good. Yeah, I've increased the audio a bit. Let me know if it's higher than my voice though, because I had to make some adjustments. Kartacha, I personally have no idea about it. Okay. I dreamt of blood upon the shore, a voice that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin. Okay, well, that's cool. Final Fantasy VII music? I have no idea, Gabriel. I've never played Final Fantasy. Okay. Well, finally, we're ready. Let me know if you hear echo at some point. You should not, but still.
Mm-hmm. I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. Yeah, if he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Sure. Bye-bye. Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Gee, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Sort of.
Mm-hmm. I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really? Great.
I can't wait to see what human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to violate them. For example, if you would just let me...
And I located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure.
Oh my god.
Well, if you need
That's
any
an
more
odd game,
research
you
done,
can tell.
just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Alright. Hey, that's it. I'm glad to see you here, buddy. Means a lot. Tex Murphy. Maybe I'll play it one day for you on my channel. Who knows? Maybe after we have some craft beer in the summer. Who knows? Huh? Okay. Let's start. As I said, from at some point the game is gonna be like a speed run, because I remember a lot of the puzzles, or maybe not so much of them, but at some point I'll be like, I can't remember that, and we'll get stuck. Because for me personally, the game is not easy. It's not on the easy side. I was never able to finish it as a kid. I played it as an adult. But there we go. Gabriel in all his splendor.
The ladder provides access to the uppermost shelves of the bookcase.
I love that voice. I just love it. Okay.
The top of the desk is Grace's private domain.
Is my voice and the game's voice alright? And the music and everything? You guys let me know if I have to change anything, right? Okay. Now, let's review everything.
Cute gargoyle, eh?
It's a cute gargoyle indeed, huh? What do you guys think?
Cute gargoyle, eh? Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs.
For cobwebs. Yep. Similar to my wallet. Okay, guys, thank you.
Gabriel looks at the cash register.
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh, nothing.
It's just that voice. I know what he's saying is not appropriate, especially in modern times, but the way he says it, it's just like butter. I don't know what you mean there, Kartacha. Do you mean there's an echo? That could be the case. Okay. I can reduce it just a bit on my side, so it's a bit better. But you're an audiophile, so you notice those things, not like us mortals.
The books on the desk all need repair work. 3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What a wacky offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
All right. Yeah, I gotta adjust my mic. It's the way I have turned it. It should not capture the sounds from the speaker, but at some point it does.
Grace keeps her art supplies here.
Hold on. Should be a little bit better now.
3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What a wacky offbeat
Hey,
kind
the
of guy
spider
Daddy
cookie.
was.
Give Spider Cookie a shout out, please, Mr. Braxton. Hey, Fedaykin. Welcome in the Spider Cookie. Thank you for the follow there, Fedaykin. Spooder, thank you so much. Welcome in. You probably have heard of the Spider Cookie, especially fans of the retro community. She's a great retro streamer. She was just playing Still Life, who is by the same developer who made the Siberia series. So the Spider Cookie is a great retro streamer. She plays a lot of retro games right now. She's also playing Ultima 6. So go check her out. She's also an amazing pixel artist. She's just great. A great company. She has a great community there, and the channel is great for watching games, hanging out, talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. But thank you so much, the Spider Cookie. Much appreciated. And also, she bakes cookies. Can you believe that? All right, let's go forward.
Gabriel looks at the cash register. It's an ashtray.
It's an ashtray. Okay, that's informative. Let's be inappropriate again.
The top of the desk is Grace.
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh, nothing.
There he is.
Don't mind if I do.
Do
Okay.
what?
Oh, nothing.
I tried to click on her chair.
Grace keeps her art supplies here. The chandelier is original. Gabriel finds it charming. All right. He can't afford to replace it.
We'll never replace that chandelier. Ever.
The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. In other words, nothing written by Gabriel.
Nothing written by Gabriel.
St. George books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character. The magnifying glass is a handy item for reading old manuscripts or the fine print on Gabriel's lease. There's a pair of tweezers on the counter. Grace uses them for book repair work. The book rack contains cookbooks, true crime, and puzzle books. An inspired combination. The books on the table have been chosen. The books on the... Today's newspaper is on the counter.
Okay. Obviously, we gotta click everywhere on everything.
St. George books could use some serious... Blessed caffeine. Blessed caffeine.
Blessed indeed.
Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks. Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks after splurging on that coat. He has a thing for black leather.
Okay.
Grace's coat is a simple but classy trench coat. Gabriel hates people with good taste. St. George books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character.
Hey, Bito man, welcome in, buddy. How are you doing?
Gabriel plans to turn the balcony into a schmaltzy cafe, if he ever gets the cash. Under the window are reference books, dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, quotation books, and others. Gabriel borrows them often when he's writing.
Gabriel is treating us just great, like always. We just started. Okay.
Gabriel plans to turn the balcony into a schmaltzy cafe, if he ever gets the cash. There's no one in that part of the shop to talk to. There's no one in that part of the shop.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Bitumen, do we ask her about voodoo? Hey, Terror Van, welcome in. How are you doing? Okay. We're gonna talk to her a little bit later, after we... Don't ask about Loom? Okay. We're gonna take whatever we can take, and then we're gonna talk to her.
There's no one in that part of the shop to talk to.
Oops.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Times-Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the voodoo murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic. and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Again, just give me 1 second. So I try to change my audio because I want to try my headphones. Just give me 1 minute. Sorry about that. Okay, this must be better. You guys hear the game? What's that? That's it. But I've learned from you. Okay. Hey, Siko, welcome and cheers. Okay, I've got my headset on, so if I'm screaming in the mic, do let me know. Yeah, especially when you haven't done it before, prior to the stream. Okay, so now we should no longer have echo. And I should also... Okay. Let's read that again.
Times Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about
Indeed,
the
that's it.
voodoo
Indeed.
murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Right, indeed. Yeah, I'm not certain, Spider, I'm not certain the voice acting here is quiet. It's just that my microphone, whatever I do, is also capturing, the sound from the game, and then it loops into the mic, and I don't want to keep on switching off and switching on the mic, because here they speak all the time, and I usually prefer not to use headphones, but okay, whatever. So we read it. Now we want to take a look at the curtains.
The curtain doesn't provide much privacy, but Gabriel's rarely in his bedroom during shop hours anyway.
It's a headphone day indeed, Mr. Braxton. Okay. Well, cheers with a glass of wine. At least I prepared this just fine. I've got some wine. What an interesting room, isn't it?
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk. Several dozen books, including a few several dozen books. The typewriter is beginning to accumulate cobwebs.
Should I feel guilty? Nah.
Web spiders are your friends, so no worries.
Gabriel's desk has been gathering dust since his last novel. The desk phone is cheap but functional.
Cheap but functional. Like my first ever phone that I bought from Radio Shack. It was $9. They probably got it for 9 cents. But hey, Radio Shack.
The wastebasket overflows with crumpled pages of mediocre glory.
Mediocre glory.
A small trunk serves as a table for the radio. Gabriel's mini stereo isn't exactly high fidelity. Then again, neither is he.
Lol.
Mardi Gras mementos left by some female or other. Gabriel's bedroom is also his office, studio, and library.
Well, that's quite functional. You don't have to go around.
Gabriel's bedroom is also his a little cold bubbly and brie cheese is about all Gabriel's fridge ever has in it. Bills from last Christmas gather dust on the door.
Bills from last Christmas. But he has some cheese and some champagne, so that's all good, right?
Gabriel's bedroom is also it's Gabriel's bed, unmade as usual.
Of course. Who makes their bed?
It's Gabriel's bed. Jeans and t-shirts. Jeans and t. Gabriel likes a subdued lighting effect in his studio. Gabriel's bedroom is also his. A poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans. Gabriel likes a subdued lighting effect in his studio. The dresser holds a meager supply of underwear and 38 pairs of mismatched socks.
That's what my drawer holds. Mismatched socks.
The dresser holds a
Oops, I misclicked. Yeah, 38 pairs. Ah,
It's Gabriel's bathroom.
I really got to get around to cleaning up in there.
The medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products, including some hair gel.
oh, some hair gel. Can we maybe get it?
I'll take this hair gel.
Yeah,
You never
just
know
look at
when you'll need a touch-up.
yeah, look at our hair. It's fantastic.
It's Gabriel's bathroom.
Let's move away. And I don't think...
It's Gabriel.
I, re-
It's Gabriel's bathroom.
I really got to get around to cleaning.
It's Gabriel.
I re-
Okay.
There's a flashlight on the dresser. This building's wiring leaves a lot to be desired.
Oh no, a flashlight. This reminds me of my younger days. Okay, let's get the flashlight.
I might need a flashlight.
Yeah, that's that's a good thing to say, nonconformist. From now on, that's the way I'm gonna think about my mismatched socks. Okay. If I remember correctly,
All my
Can we-
clothes look the same, so why change them?
that's what you do, right? I myself got like 10 pairs of summer shorts. They're all the same. They have the same palms print. So that's a great idea. Okay.
Gabriel might as well leave that here.
Oops. Come on. Actually, could we take anything from here?
Gabriel might as well leave that here. Gabriel might.
All my clothes look...
Gabriel might.
This? Okay.
If Gabriel picked up a pencil, he might actually have to write something.
Something, but what? Can we rummage through the trash?
If I threw that stuff away, it weren't worth reading.
Gabriel might as well leave that here. Gabriel does.
Okay, no problem then. Okay. Okay, so we talked to... Her name was Grace, right? I just think. So...
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Okay, so... Bitoman, we gotta ask her about voodoo, man. And then about the voodoo murders. No way around it. Just look at our hairstyle. It is marvelous. Because I'm a baldy, obviously I'm jealous.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
The way he says New Orleans, it's really nice. I like it.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
Look at him. The first question. A straight shooter. He doesn't, Tares. He does look like a member of the Backstreet Boys. That's a straight shooter, huh? How come we haven't gone out yet?
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
Oh man, well, that's a straight answer, isn't it?
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
Nobody here has a Russian accent, Gabriel.
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me. How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Just tell me anything at all.
I came to New Orleans because I'd read so much about it, and I thought, spending a few months here would clear my head.
You guys think he sounds a bit Russian? I don't hear that, but maybe he does to you.
Just tell me.
I've always wanted to do something really adventurous, Something real life. I'm sick of libraries and lecture halls.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Suit yourself.
Tell me about your...
What else do you want to know?
Nothing,
Suit yourself.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Toss 'em.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
Yeah, definitely, Bito, man. That's what I hear too. An Englishman struggling to do a Louisiana-style Southern accent.
Do you have
More
more
messages.
for me?
More.
Grandmother called.
Oh,
I keep
Grandma.
meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her.
Lol.
She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Tim Curry's voice is amazing. It's just, and whenever he speaks, I mean in the game, I can actually visualize him in front of my eyes. He has this very peculiar style of, I don't know what was the exact word for mimics and all that. And just amazing. More messages,
Do you
please.
have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter? He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany, like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Facial gestures is what I wanted to say, or expression.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
Indeed,
He
indeed.
left an interesting message. He told me to
Kilia.
tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humprey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station. At the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, You know you never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
A real big muzzle? Collar? They don't have big tails or ears. Must be either a muzzle or the dog collar. Or or the leash, but the leash is the thing that you pull on, right? How is Star doing, Mr. Braxton, talking about leashes and muzzles? Hopefully she's doing alright. Very good. Maybe give her a treat on me. Okay, request
Could you do
research.
some research for me?
Sure, what?
I can't think of anything. Well, when can you think of anything, Gabriel?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Almost lunchtime. Very good, very good. Okay, so far so good. That's very good, Brax. She deserves it. Okay, so let's get those things.
I'm gonna take the tweezers for a bit.
Good.
Yeah,
You're beginning
Take 'em.
to look a little scruffy.
Just trying
Perfect.
to make you feel at home.
I like the way he fixes his hair. His 5 pixel worth of hair. Alright.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem.
Okay. Very well said, Bituman. Same situation over here. Same situation over here. Okay, now, if I remember correctly... here.
Certainly light enough, but rather useless, as Gabriel well knows.
What was it? Was it this one?
Wishful thinking. Wishful.
I remember we could...
Gabriel cannot see a way to use that. Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take. Or, in the case of St. George's books, the mistake.
What is that? McMosey, you mean Gabriel Knight? I don't think they give you the original too. I think they go separately. But I may be completely wrong. But yeah. You gotta go with the original.
It's a gift certificate left over from yet another dismal failure of a promotion.
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
Gabriel checks the drawer again, just in case life as we know it changed significantly since he last looked. The cash register contains about $20 in small bills and change.
Yeah, definitely the voice acting cast just makes the game a completely different thing. I actually watched some of the remake on YouTube. It just doesn't cut it. That's for me, of course. That's my personal opinion. It does look better. It's easier to play, but just the voice acting, when it's missing, it's like part of the game's soul. It's not there. Yeah, Mr. Mitreo, it's not bad,
The cash register contains about 20.
but the original, it just it's just so much better. Probably you can't replace that, but maybe there is a mod for it. That's a good question. Not certain about it. Okay, can we get some money? I don't remember.
Gabriel, that's all the change money I have. Touch it and
Ah.
you can kiss your hand goodbye.
Oh,
Would I
come
do
on,
that to
Grace.
you?
Yeah, could be. Okay, so that's it.
Gabriel wouldn't dare touch Grace's oil paints.
Okay.
Gabriel's had all those books in the bathroom and doesn't care to read them again.
I don't think the story changes that much between the games. Where was it? Yeah.
Gabriel selects a volume of German poetry.
German
that he
poetry.
always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen. Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice. Kinda creepy though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling the guy was one sick puppy.
Yeah, Mitrel, you're right. I'm personally no fan of the pixel hunting, but it's a part of this era of gaming. Pixel hunting was a thing. It's not my favorite mechanic. Hey, Marshmallow, welcome in, buddy. Marshmallow is an artist from Bulgaria. Does great art. He's a great guy. Check him out.
Gabriel pulls down a book on snakes.
Snakes.
Snakes are legless reptiles. Some snakes kill their prey with poison, some by constriction. A snake smells by tasting the air with its forked tongue. The smells are passed back to a sense organ in the mouth. Constrictor snakes, however, sense their prey by vibration.
Did you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters, well, they've always been associated with snakes.
Grace, get alive.
Yeah, indeed, Post-Dream. It's the atmosphere is amazing. It just those old games. That's why I love them so much. Not to say that newer games are not immersive. Of course they are. But this one specifically, I'd say takes the crown. Although this is not my favorite game of the genre, I personally prefer LucasArts games, but I don't know what voice acting is better in my in my favorite LucasArts games. I can't really compare, and I think the actors here just make it rain, if I may say so. My favorite game is Monkey Island 3, Bitumen. Yeah, indeed. Now, if you ask me which game I believe is the best from LucasArts throughout the entire 90s period, I'd say Grim Fandango. That's definitely it. It's not my personal favorite, but I think that's the best one. But my favorite game as I said, Monkey Island 3 and then immediately Day of the Tentacle. Oh really? It's the first LucasArts game that I bought. An original game, not an illegal copy. So it has a very special place in my heart. Yeah. Okay, I think we're done here.
It's a bit warm in here. Gabriel decides to wait until he leaves to put on his coat.
Yeah, Day of the Tentacle, indeed amazing. I loved it because it has this cartoony style, a bit like the Warner Bros. Animations, even the music. The only thing, it's a bit too short. You can beat it in one stream, in not several hours, but maybe in 4 hours. You can beat it. I mean, if you know what you're doing. Otherwise, it may take a couple of days. You can ask Mitrel. Okay. Is there anything we wanna ask her?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
No, nothing new. Yeah. To be honest, playing Monkey Island 1, it's a bit too much for me. It's way too old. Monkey Island 2, yeah, better. I think in the whole series, the most favorite one, I mean fan favorite, is the second one. Okay, but the art direction and the whole game direction that it took in the third one, it's just my favorite. You gotta love Elaine and Guybrush. For real? All the games for 6 hours? Less than 6 hours? I can't imagine this is enjoyable, but that's me though.
I'm going out.
See ya.
Okay. We gotta go and visit Gran. Oh, look at that. Amazing.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Howdy,
It's been a
Gran.
while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss. Now
Oh,
come and sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
such a sweet old lady. Okay. Let's talk to Grandma.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
We gotta ask her about voodoo, guys. No way around it.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always
Voodoo.
were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but You don't hear about it so much these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is very southern. Of course, though, not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff. Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Oh, surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Oh, come on, Gran.
All right, dear. What do you want to hear?
What do you do all day?
You know how I love to knit and work in my garden? I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
You're not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas, corn, cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend Alma, and at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fire and brimstone annex, and a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. It was then I knew that he was for me.
I just love her southern accent. I love southern accent anyway, but hers, it's really nice. It's amazing.
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle, and don't you worry your head about it.
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22. The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
Just tell me anything at all.
I never loved any man but your grandfather, and I never will.
Just tell me anything at all.
I hate to admit it, but I was a jealous little thing when your granddad and I were younger. I loved him so ferociously. And
A jealous little
he
thing.
grabbed the eyes of the ladies, whether he wanted to or not.
Well, looking at ourselves, probably our granddad was quite the handsome man too.
Just tell me anything at all.
I get lonely sometimes, but I have lots of girlfriends in the neighborhood. I call one of them if I'm feeling blue.
Just tell me anything at all.
I wish you'd settle down and give me a great-grandchild.
Oh, Gran.
Oh, come on, Gran. Okay.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
All right, dear.
The Knight family.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were 2 peas in a pod.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
Maybe I will.
We gotta go to the cemetery, of course. Let's compliment our gran.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
Alright. Okay. I think that's that. Now we gotta look around.
On the wall are portraits of Gran and Gramps when they were young. Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes.
Good-looking genes indeed.
Granny likes soft lighting. On the wall are portraits of Gran and Gramps when they were young. Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes. Gabriel grew up in this room. Just being here make him feel safe. And after about 5 minutes, claustrophobic.
That's my gran. Adorable as always.
You're
Adorable.
such a tease.
Hey Steve, welcome in buddy. Glad to see you here. How are you doing? Good evening.
The sofa has a worn blue chintz pattern that Gabriel remembers fondly. Granny has a way with plants and kids. Mostly pictures of Gabriel, his dad, and Harrison Knight. Mostly Grandmother Knight rarely uses the fireplace these days. Too much of a hassle to clean.
Yeah, that's what I that's what I thought about the jeans, but I thought I'm not gonna make a comment about it. Well, glad somebody else did.
The wood in the bin is southern pine and is probably fossilized by now.
No, fossilized. Well, probably they're using a gas fireplace.
Granny's knitting. She whips through that stuff like there was no tomorrow.
Okay. I remember also my grandma, she used to knit a lot. At some point, I guess, I get interested in knitting. I've got about 10 years. And then maybe I'll start knitting too. Who knows?
The magazines in the bin includes issues of Southern Living, Ladies' Home Journal, and Macal's. Mostly pictures of Gabriel, his dad, and Harrison Knight. Mostly fresh carnations, Granny's favorite. Mostly pictures. Granny likes soft light. That clock has been in the Wright family, Granny's family, for centuries.
Centuries.
The magazine bin contains nothing that interests Gabriel. Gabriel doesn't want to take any of Granny's things. Steal Granny's knitting? How low
Ah.
can you get?
How low indeed. Gabriel, you rascal.
Gabriel doesn't need any wood.
Oh my. Okay.
Granny doesn't like anyone messing with her clock, including Gabriel.
Well, let's try it.
Gabriel doesn't want to take any of Granny. That ficus tree would be real.
Okay. Could we open?
Granny doesn't like anyone messing with her clock, including Gabriel.
We can't mess with the clock. Okay. Let's
The
Go
stairs
upstairs.
lead up to the attic.
let's go to the attic.
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
I gotta be honest, I've always dreamt about an attic room. Especially when you watch those older American movies, a house in the suburbs, and then a kid has their own attic room, or whatever you want to call it. It just looks nice, at least in the movies. Yeah, Mr. Mitriel. Yeah, you can't not look. After all, they have the tentacle. Okay.
A skylight lets welcome sunlight into the attic. Grandma's attic is a storehouse of forgotten treasures and useless junk.
That must have been the year Granddaddy caught Santa on the roof.
These old picture frames have been up here for years. Gabriel has seen these ornaments every year at Christmas for as long as he can remember. It's an old metal tub full of dust and cobwebs. Gabriel has seen these ornaments every year at Christmas for as long as he can remember. It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
From Grand's Virginia Woolf period.
That tennis racket probably hasn't served a ball since the 40s. Grandma's attic is a store. That box of knickknacks has been up there for at least 5 years. There's a sketchbook on the chair that Gabriel vaguely remembers as his father's.
Oh, let's get it.
I think I'd take Daddy's sketchbook with me.
Oh, look at that. Just look at that. Yeah. We're gonna look at all of those in just a little bit. Oops.
This is the first.
I forget the controls.
Grandma's attic is a storehouse of forgotten treasures and useless junk.
One thing that I like about modern point and clicks is that the dynamic cursor makes it easier for you to do what you gotta do. Instead, here most of the time you gotta try each and every option, which at some point gets tedious. Okay.
That box of knickknacks has been up.
Can we
That
use it?
doesn't work that.
Okay, can we...
Gabriel cannot open or close that.
Oh, come on, Gabriel. Can you rummage?
There's nothing I want in there.
Oh, come on, man.
It's Granddaddy's old golf bag. I think I'll leave that up here.
Oh, man.
It's an old, dusty bicycle tire.
Okay. What is
An
that?
elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic. It doesn't seem to be running at the moment.
Oh, maybe we can wind it.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the clock.
No? Why? Excuse me. Oh, look at that.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Gabriel can't operate the clock that way. The hands do not appear to have any mechanical function other than to move.
Well. Okay.
The key should stay with the clock. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay, we're gonna solve that later. Okay.
The old trunk looked like it's gone to hell and back.
Can we open it?
The lid is blocked by the clock.
Yeah, well, we can't get the clock, can we?
It looks pretty heavy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oops. Here we go.
The trunk contains some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts,
Aren't those called lederhosen?
serious hiking boots, more of Harrison Knight German book,
Just what I need.
and
Yeah.
a bundle of letters.
Mm.
Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca.
Love letters. Let's get them.
I don't think there's anything in that trunk that would interest anybody but my gran.
Well, okay then.
The trunk doesn't operate.
Okay.
The brass bed frame is from God knows where.
I just love the narrator's accent. It's just amazing.
The old velvet curtains hung in the parlor before Gran lightened up the place. Grandma's attic is a store.
Okay.
Gabriel's not quite up.
Okay.
That
Can we-
doesn't work, that.
Can we get the hat? I don't
No.
remember. No?
No thanks.
Come on, man. It's gonna look good on you.
It's an old dress dummy that Gran had in her sewing room years ago.
My first impression of the female form.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay then. Let's do that and let's look at everything.
The tweezers from the bookshop are
'Cause we
an
have a
old
puzzle to solve
stainless
here.
steel pair that Gabriel's had forever.
All right.
The magnifying glass is an expensive one with an inlaid jade handle, an heirloom from Gabriel's grandfather.
That's a magnifying glass with a jade handle. I don't believe I have ever seen anything like that in real life.
The $20 gift certificate for St. George's looks pitifully new and unused. Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook and charcoal pencil.
Okay, but we want to open it. Huh? Oh my.
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious. Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted the images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook. The images.
Okay. No.
The jar contains frou-frou hair gel. Gabriel doesn't want to open that jar until he's ready to use the hair gel. It will get all over everything. Gabriel can see that just fine without magnification. Gabriel can...
Well, we've got 3 of those, maybe 4. Okay.
Gabriel got a flashlight free in the mail when he ordered a magazine subscription. It works though.
Oops.
Gabriel got a flashlight free in the mail when he ordered a magazine subscription. It works though. At the moment.
Oh well. Get your cats away from me. No. Get all your cats to me. Is what I would say. Because I love them cats.
Those two objects would have those two objects.
Okay.
Gabriel can.
Okay. That's good. We can't open anything.
Gabriel doesn't leave it on that object.
Is there a difference here if we just open that? No? Okay. That's good. Okay then. Okay. Let's see. I remember there was let's review. There was a puzzle with this clock.
A key winds the clock's mechanism. An elaborate mechanical clock. It doesn't seem to be running at the moment.
Let's see.
A ring of 6 symbols surround the face of the clock.
Okay.
A sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon.
A dragon. Okay.
The ring of symbols does not appear to have any mechanical function, but it does move. The ring.
Ah. Okay. I don't really remember this part. Now, if I...
There's no... Gabriel... Gabriel doesn't want to take the clock. The hands do not appear to have any mechanical function other than to move.
My mouse is a little bit finicky right now. Come on. Or it just...
Nothing happens.
Okay. Okay. There was a... No. Snakes. Maybe the snakes...
Images haunt the...
Okay. We'll get to this later. There was a puzzle here. I obviously don't remember everything about it. But no worries. Yeah, she did. With the snakes. Okay. Let's speak to grandma. Hey, DJ. How are you doing? Welcome in.
That's it? Take a load off, hon.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Hmm. Okay.
Tell me something.
Your granddad immigrated to America. He worked his way.
We're gonna listen to what Grace has to say.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were
Right.
2 peas in a pod.
Okay. No.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book.
Oops.
It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for... Now I know that it can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Well, I've
Okay.
only been here 2 months, but I love it.
Okay.
It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
Okay.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Awesome.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
Do you have more
Your grandmother called.
Ah.
I keep meaning to get over there. What does she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Hey, Mr. Banef. Welcome in, buddy. Glad to see you here. Much appreciated. This is Mr. Vadim Banev. He is a Bulgarian streamer, but he streams in English always. A retro player. He has a great channel. Check him out. Right now he's playing Beyond Good and Evil. I think he has cats, or at least a cat. Yeah, great guy. Lots of fun. Of course, Mr. Banev, of course. Well, that's what you get for, a kindness in return, because you're a great guy. Okay. I'm struggling to find the clue, but we'll find it. She told us something about snakes, and I forgot it. Yeah, Mr. Braxton.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Our father's things.
Okay. Do you have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter? He said he was calling from Germany.
Well, it's treating me good. It's a good game. I'm somewhat familiar with it. We just started an hour ago, maybe almost hour and a half. So far it's good. We're getting stuck at the first puzzle, but that's just normal, right? That's why we're here. To play not so easy retro games with vague hints and get stuck at the first one. So Mitro can remind me about it all the time.
He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
That wouldn't be fun. Okay, let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for the pitiful American authors. Oh man. Yeah, definitely Antares, you're correct. Older games, they don't hold your hand. But I think, at least in my opinion, nowadays, you can make a stronger or better differentiation of what's for kids and what's not for kids. And this particular game, I'm not gonna say it's intended for only for non-adults. It's definitely intended for adults. Hey, Kafa. It's good. It's good. It's going good. Well, Mr. Dead Sets, I'm a hardcore retro player. I write those walkthroughs. I don't need to look up one.
You have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He has a crush on her.
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humphry.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Fascinating indeed.
And that he left some photos for you at the station. At the front desk.
Okay. We're gonna go to the police station next.
It's about time.
Gabriel.
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your car.
As long as it's a...
That's enough.
Alright. No. What's that? That's it. You're a smart guy, aren't you? Okay. Where is our hint?
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook. The way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
Okay. Now we had a hint about dragons. The snakes being dragons. And I see 3 snakes. So I think... if I remember correctly, because I know what you're supposed to do here, you're supposed to open the clock. And I think the snakes mean dragons. and the 3 snakes mean you gotta set it up at 3 o'clock. So we're gonna try that. At least that's how I perceive it. So let's try this. I think that was it. But can we
talk, Gran?
Of course,
Tell me about my...
your father was
Okay. But that's it to answer. I don't know nothing about voodoo, man. It's those guys talking about it. I know it's just dangerous.
I'm going up the attic again.
Unless you
Enjoy
play
yourself.
Monkey Island. Then it's quite fun. Okay. As I said, I remember a big part of the game. Maybe not so big as I'd like to think. But I think that was it. The snakes are dragons. It's a pair of 3. So we're gonna try this. If it's not that, then we'll look somewhere else. But Mr. Mitrel, if you're there and if you're listening, that's how you're supposed. That's how you're supposed to play those games. Lots of thinking. Okay, so now I think that was the dragon, right?
A ring of 6 symbols surround the face of the clock. A sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon.
Yeah, Digi, it gives me a headache too, man. It gives me a headache too. Okay, now.
The hands do not appear to have any mechanical function other than to move.
Right.
The
Come
hands
on.
do the
Let's push them. Just push
the
it.
face of the clock doesn't move.
Of course. We're gonna wind it like that. Okay, so my...
Granddaddy, you old fox.
G, to the G. That's how you do it. I gotta say, something that I miss is that Sierra bar. Yeah, Code, indeed. Is there anything else?
A secret drawer has opened in the base of the clock.
I think that's it.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the clock. Gabriel doesn't...
Okay. Alright. The love letters. We gotta talk about the love letters.
The letter is addressed to Heinz Ritter, whoever that
It's our
is.
grandma. But we don't have the dialogue choice. Why?
The old photographs show Gabriel's grandfather with 2 other men that Gabriel has not identified.
Who are them, man?
The old photographs show the old photo.
Let's go and ask Grandma. Mr. Kilgore Trout. Well, welcome in, sir. Welcome in. So glad to see you here. Let me give you some trout love. There you go. And the cats. Immediately. Cats. Here they are. Scratch 'em, cats. No, we just started. Well, Not just started, but... Well, I'm happy to see you here, Mr. Trout. I am here. I'll be here for at least, well, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, so we're here to suffer. Because Gabriel Knight, it makes you suffer. Okay, so we play. Let's go down and talk to Grandma. That's it. That never ends, man. It's always in a warm-up mode. Never warms up. Just cools down and then dies off. All right. So let's talk to Gran. We have looked at everything. So, Grandma, who are those guys? Indeed, Evil Queen.
Take
Indeed.
a load off, hon.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
I think here is where we gotta ask her about...
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Hold on. We gotta be able to ask her about... here.
The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he can about it. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. The letter is addressed to mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter. One of the reoccurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger. The only thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter...
Thank you very much for
is a
coming by,
sense of
Post Dreamy.
urgency in the
Much
handwriting
appreciated, buddy. Have a
and
nice
the
evening.
heavy use of quill-tip bold
Cheers.
strokes and underlining.
Okay, now we should be able to ask her.
That's my Gran. Adorable as always.
She is adorable.
Such a tease.
Okay, but let's talk to her.
Can we talk?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
There we go. Heinz Ritter. And Ritter means knight in German, for those who don't know.
Do you know anyone named Heinz Ritter?
Heinz Ritter. Oh, Gabriel. Where did you hear that name?
I found a letter in Granddaddy's clock.
I promised I'd never tell you or your father. But I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Tell me, Gran.
Your granddad's name was Heinz Ritter before he came to America. He changed it to Harrison Knight legally when he arrived.
The mystery. Oh. Thank you very much for the follow, Bokish UV71. I probably didn't pronounce that correctly. Well, that's it. You know what I asked him? A stream by you. Let's see if that comes true. Schattenjäger. I'm certain I'm pronouncing this correctly. And I'm certain if Spider is listening, she just doesn't want to hear my German.
Have you ever heard of a Schattenjäger?
Schattenjäger? Schattenjäger. How odd, Gabriel. I haven't heard that word in years. My goodness, you've given me a chill. Your granddad used to say that sometimes in his sleep.
Really? Do you know what it means?
No, I'm afraid not. I asked him about it once. I don't think he answered me. Odd.
Thanks, Gran.
Okay, that was very useful. Okay, can we talk about Harrison
Tell me
Knight?
something about Granddad.
Your granddad, he worked his way through school.
No.
Why did Granddad change his name?
I
Okay.
don't know. I tried to ask him about his family, his life before America, but he didn't want to talk about it. He never even told me about his name change. I found out one day when I saw his passport in a drawer. Since he obviously found it painful, I never questioned him about it. But I'm sure it wasn't trouble with the law. Your granddad was the best man I ever knew.
Didn't Granddad ever say anything about his past or his family?
Only that his family was crazy, and that he never wanted to see them again. He believed in some family curse, thought that he could spare Philip and Philip's children from what he called old nightmares. Whatever Harrison wanted to spare you, though, it cost him plenty. He never did sleep well, and he would often get a far-away, guilty look in his eyes. He was wrestling with something he thought he should be doing, someplace he thought he ought to be. I don't know how he could think that he should be anywhere but with me and our child. It's a terrible way to live.
Do you know anything else about Heinz Ritter?
I've told you all I know about your granddad's past.
Okay.
Do you know...
I've told
Tell me about my mother.
your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father... She was beautiful.
Okay.
Have
Something
you ever
else.
heard of a...
I don't...
Okay. Let's compliment her
You
again.
know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
All right. I think that's that. Can we ask her
What
about
can you
voodoo
tell
again?
me about voodoo?
Voodoo.
Don't know what else to tell you, dear.
Anything else about the
What
murders?
do you know about...
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want
Nothing.
to.
Uh,
I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
by the way, with all this crime hype, I gotta suggest you guys watch the Fargo series. I think it's in season 5 now or 4. It's great. If you're into crimes, it's an amazing show. You gotta watch it. Okay, I think that's about that with Grandma. And it's about time to go to the police, right? All right, Grandma. Come on.
The doors aren't going.
Oops. Come on. Open the door, buddy. Say goodbye to Grandma.
Well, Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
All right. We gotta go to the police. Let's go to the police station, right? Something I dislike about the game is the way they made the map. It just doesn't click with me for some reason. All right. Let's look at everything.
Nice coat rack. It's an antique umbrella stand.
Can we steal one?
Gabriel would rather admire the umbrella stand from afar.
Come on, man. use
There
it.
is nothing to... There is
Okay.
The official seal of the New Orleans Police Department highlights the tile floor.
That's a nice seal, isn't it? I love them seals, the way they look.
Gabriel can...
Okay.
The bench in the lobby has been well polished by a million backsides.
That's how you polish a bench, with your backside.
A swinging door connects the lobby and office areas.
Very official indeed, Mr. Braxton Wise. Looks like a state seal, maybe.
There's a photocopy machine in the office area.
That's a very big copier machine.
The desk sergeant looked like a poster boy for heart disease. 30 extra pounds between his armpits and his belt, and a complexion of consistency of grey oatmeal. In other words, a typical product of good southern cooking.
The typical product of good southern cooking. Who came up with that? I'd like to congratulate them. It's just great. I love the dialogue.
Gabriel is standing in the lobby
Or the
of
narration.
his friend Mosley's precinct. It smells like a cross between a hospital.
I know, Mr. Braxton. I used to live in the South, so I'm very well aware.
Gabriel is standing in the lobby of his friend Mosley's. Gabriel is standing in the a uniformed officer of the New Orleans Police Department.
She's not bad.
Ah, come on, man. Don't be like that.
She's not bad.
An officer's desk is just behind the
Oh.
front counter. It's a file cabinet.
That's how they get you indeed.
She's not bad.
A uniformed officer of the
Okay. I wanna take a look at the other guy. Is he gonna come by soon? The one with the army cut?
She's not bad.
No, we're just gonna continue to be sexist. No worries.
There's a temperature gauge on the wall near Mosley's office. It's in
She's not bad.
Ah, come on, man.
There's a temperature gauge on the wall near Mosley's office. It's in a locked cage. They must be concerned about the budget. A uniformed officer of the New Orleans Police Department.
Okay.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
Especially Mr. Braxton, I don't know if you have those where you are, but now I personally am no fan of hot food. It just doesn't agree with me and my stomach, unfortunately. But I love them jalapeno poppers stuffed with yellow cheese and then deep fried. Extremely healthy. Very good for you. I'm certain you've heard of them. Probably you know of them. You've probably tried them. They are awesome, right? They're so bad for you. It's like probably your heart shrieks at the moment you see them. But man, those are so tasty. They're so tasty indeed. Okay. Ask about voodoo. Indeed, Mr. Trout, indeed. Yeah, Vadim, but especially those jalapeno poppers, they're stuffed with, I think it's cheddar cheese. It could be something else, I don't remember. But those were awesome.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
He's a Catholic boy.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
You are correct, Knit and Play. They're indeed part of a balanced diet. You've got veggies on the side, and then some dairy on the other side. Mr. Braxton, I don't believe I have tried the cream cheese alternative, only the cheddar cheese. I like cream cheese better. Right on, DJ, right on.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in New Orleans would be a real pleasure. As it is, I'd rather stick behind this desk.
He is a great guy, isn't he?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Can't say that I have, but it sounds dirty.
Sounds dirty indeed. Architron Ultra, thank you so much for the follow, buddy. Welcome in. How are you doing?
Tell me about yourself.
Who, me? I'm the Desk Sergeant Frick. Why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
Not at all.
I'm having some yellow cheese right now, Antares, with my wine.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at a crime scene. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm like a very refined gentleman. I'm having wine and cheese.
Where is the crime scene? Is it related to the voodoo murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos than are probably already there.
About Detective Mosley.
I told you he's not here.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, I got something for you, all right. As soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
Alright, we're done talking.
Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight.
Thanks.
Alrighty now.
Gabriel opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs.
Oh my. That doesn't look good.
One of the photos from Mosley is an official voodoo murders crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
He probably didn't have enough cheese and veggies. That's what happens to you. He's just resting? Yeah, that could be it, that could be it.
One of the photos from Mosley is an official voodoo murders crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
This is just a flesh wound, indeed, Knit and Play. Alright, Mr. Trout, well, thank you very much for coming by. Good luck with the shoveling. I imagine there's a lot of snow over there. As always, in where I am, snow is just imaginary. Although it's winter, it was 10 degrees earlier today. So that's that.
The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then. The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation.
Okay.
This is the last page of inventory.
Okay.
The photo of Mosley reads, "Cop nerd," to Gabriel's eyes. The murder photo has nothing written on it. The gift certificate is written up generically and has the store's name and amount penned in by Gabriel himself. The magnified Gabriel can see that just fine. Gabriel can see that. Gabriel can see. Gabriel can. Gabriel can.
Okay.
Those two objects would have. Those two.
Okay, that's that. Sure, man. Oh, 13 degrees, and now it's -3 and snowing. Talk to you later. Say hi to the cats, obviously, and squish them. Squish them good. Okay.
Can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
About Detective Mosley.
I told you he's not here.
Hey, Mike or Mikhails. Welcome in, buddy. Happy Thursday to you too. How are you doing?
Come on.
Look, I know the paper's got everybody stirred up about these killings, but that don't make it public information. Back off.
So this is a new voodoo murder then?
Hey, I didn't say that. You'll read all about it in the papers tomorrow, I'm sure.
Just a second, guys. Again,
What can
something?
you tell me about voodoo?
I told you, I ain't got nothing to say about voodoo.
Are you
What
sure
else?
you can't give me the scoop on the voodoo murders case?
Hey, buddy. Do I look like the kind of lowlife that'd betray my sacred oath to this department?
I don't know. What would that kind of lowlife look like?
Like hamburger meat if I got a hold of them. Kinda like what you're gonna look like in about 5 seconds.
Okay, sorry I asked.
Okay, so the crime scene.
Please tell me where the crime scene is.
Look, buddy, you keep it up, and there'll be
Is
a
what we
crime
gotta
scene
find
right
out
here.
about. And there was a puzzle regarding the crime scene. I just remember something about police radio, but we'll get to that. Okay. I think that's that. Let's look at the photographs again.
One of the photos from Mosley is an official voodoo murders crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
Yeah.
The murder photo has nothing written on it. The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he... Those two are... The photo of Mosley reads, "Cop nerd," to Gabriel's eyes. a photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then.
Okay. Can we speak to her?
Gabriel can't do anything with the officer from the front lobby.
Hey, nice precinct.
Think so? That's peachy. That means more to me than you could know. Hey, it's a beignet guy.
Great, I'm starved.
Okay. We can't do anything.
Stay put, you. Hey,
Yes,
grab
sir.
me 3, would ya?
Sure.
We can't do anything anyway. He's a bit rude. Not very cooperative. Didn't get anything for us though. Never asked. Very rude.
Thanks.
Gabriel can't do anything. A
Okay.
vignette vendor has stopped outside the police station. A vignette vendor has stopped outside the police station. He must do great business here.
Oh, come on, man.
Gabriel can't do anything. Gabriel can't do anything with a vendor from here.
Well. Can we...
Gabriel can't do anything. Gabriel is standing in the lobby of his... Gabriel is...
Okay, can we speak to them about the food? I don't
The
remember.
sergeant looked like a poster boy for hot. In other words,
Okay.
Can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
Nothing else.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
What is it with you? I said no.
About Detective Mosley.
I told you he's not here.
Okay, man.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Don't gotta be this
Best
grumpy.
food in the world. You can get it right here in New Orleans. Muffalata sandwiches. Beignets. Good Cajun coffee. Yep. Man can die happy in this city.
Okay. Okay. And he's gone. Alright then. Now, if I remember correctly, we gotta go to the square. To get the crime scene location, I think. Let's try it. Yeah, from that guy over here.
Anyone seen Jill?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the radio. That's the radio. Yeah, I like the music. Pum 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 pum. All right, that's cool.
Homicide team attend.
I like how they They've done the radio chatter. But anyway, we'll come back here. Let's go to Napoleon House. Just to get a feel of what's what. Okay.
A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House. An unhappy-looking man explores the dangers of drinking alone.
Yeah, drinking alone. It doesn't hurt too much if you don't do it every night.
Several fine old oils line the walls of the bar. Several fine old oils.
Okay.
Fancy old liquor bottles contribute to the general decor. A small table, recently deserted, holds the remains of someone's drink.
Oh. Okay.
A chandelier casts a dim glow over the room. The bar is a 19th century antique in lovingly polished walnut.
I also gotta say, those old games,
You peckabud.
they help you with your English quite a bit, especially if you're learning it, at that time. They help you with the pronunciation, your vocabulary, and all that. At least they helped me quite a lot. So, that's one extra thing.
Shut up. You are a fungus.
You are a fungus.
A sharp-eyed gentleman in a grey sports coat hunches over a chessboard, chuckling to himself. The bar is a 19th century antique in lovingly polished walnut.
Yeah, Mr. Banev, that's true, cause especially when you're younger, and when you gotta study another language, it can get boring pretty fast, cause it's something quite new, and at least for me, the motivation was not there. And yeah, that's a whole different story. But when you're interested in something,
Son of a bitch.
the motivation is on a different level, on a completely different level, because the game is fun. You want to finish it, you want to beat it, you want to know what the words mean, what the expressions mean, especially with the expressions. Yeah, they don't have all those troubles we've got on our minds when we grow up.
Son of a bitch.
But probably Vadim Banev can tell us more about this, because he is an English teacher. As far as I understand, a college English teacher, but probably you've worked with kids before you became a college instructor. That's how I imagine it is. It was. Yeah. The expressions, they're hard, and they're not always the same. Especially when you're playing an American-made game and you're studying a British program. That's how it was for me. Yeah, I imagine. You start with kids when you start the teaching career. At least I've got some buddies who graduated the university in Schumann with
Come on, I'm growing fungus already. Shut up. You are a fungus.
so they studied to become a teacher, and they started with like 8th grade literature and all that. They are separate dialects, yeah. Indeed. And when you start understanding the culture, I think it becomes more interesting. You get more involved, more immersed, much more interested. And the lessons, they become like part of your real life and not something you gotta learn in order to go forward, to get a better mark and pass the exam and all that. Okay, so anyway, I digress.
A young man is deep into conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain.
Oh, Digi, probably more, man. Probably much more.
A young man is deep into conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain.
I remember a buddy of mine went on a work visa program to Chicago, and obviously you're not gonna live in a nice place, so they lived in a dormitory for internationals, and it was a tall dormitory, like 10 or 15 stories high, and he said that in each floor it was a different culture, a different country, a different language. Even with the Spanish speakers, because they came from all those different places, it was like a completely different experience. So indeed, with a country as big as... No, man, I'm not from Russia. What would give you that impression? My accent? I'd like to say my accent is not Russian, more Slavic. But no, I'm not Russian. No offense, of course. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm taking offense. I'm not. It's just how I speak. I'm not Russian. I'm Bulgarian. Yeah, right.
It's a bust of Napoleon. How apropos.
Yeah, most people are gonna ask us, "Are you Russian?" Because it's probably the biggest Slavic nation. Most people, most famous, and all that. But no, not at all. Yeah, yeah, Koff, indeed. I'm a secret Italian for you. Okay, let's speak to everybody.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Buzz off.
Right. Sorry.
If I remember correctly, we didn't have to come here until not on the first day, because the game is by days. It's set in days. So this is for like day, I don't know, like 3 or 4? I don't remember, but it doesn't matter.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
All right. Just look at him. He's from the movies.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? I don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
Okay.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
He's no help.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New
Greatest
Orleans.
city in the world. I'd never want to live anywhere else.
Chattanooga. I'm sorry to all the Germans about my pronunciation of Chattanooga. Where is the spider cookie?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Never heard of it.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Okay.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot.
Oh,
They're
all right.
not fighting. They're all over each other. In other words, they're in love.
Love. All right.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say, enough already.
Sounds like my life.
I like drums too, but just as long as they're not in my neighbor's apartment. Okay, not much else.
Tell me about yourself.
A good...
What can you...
See those old guys at the chess table?
All right.
That's Sam and Marcus. They played every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time. By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and stuff.
Really?
Oh, we're gonna
Thanks.
talk with him about that. All right.
Tell me
More?
about...
Don't know what else I could say.
Okay. Sam and voodoo.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodooine and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he
A
had to bury
voodooine.
under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And, sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife. Poor guy.
Like a fairy tale, isn't it?
So what has Sam...
That's about all I can remember.
Okay. Anything else
Tell
about
me
you,
about
buddy?
A good bartender.
Anything about the other bar patrons?
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
I'd call you a regular, Gabe. And one of our local writer celebrities, too. Been coming in here, what, 10 years now?
Don't remind me.
We're still waiting for that bestseller.
Don't hold your breath.
Anything else?
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
That's about all I can say about this crowd.
Okay. Anything else here,
What can you
buddy?
tell me?
This city must get 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
Yeah, that's when the cops hate it, right?
What can you tell...
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo.
What do you know about...
Well, they say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies.
Near the bodies.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Everybody's talking about them. It's starting to scare off the tourists.
What do you know about...
Everybody's...
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? I don't believe in it myself. I invented a
Alright.
drink once called La Vo. Some people... That guy...
Really?
Okay. We talked about that. Anything else
so what
about
has
Sam and
told you
voodoo?
about voodoo?
That's about all I can remember.
Okay. I think that's that. Alright, let's talk to this guy.
Excuse me. I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This isn't a game. It's a slaughter.
He's right, you know, so let me die in peace, would you?
He don't wanna talk.
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not that chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
Ah, you're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
He is a sweetheart indeed, isn't he? Alright.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm trying to be with my lady here, pal.
Far be it from me to stand in the way of romance.
Southern hospitality, isn't it?
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my sign?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it.
Alright.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Buzz off.
Right. Sorry.
Alright. I think that's about that in this location. We gotta go to the park. There we go. Oh, the overlook. But let's go to the park. Alright, gang. I'm gonna take a very quick bio break and we're gonna go on then. Just a second. Give me a minute.
Homicide team attend. Ambulance to now. Anyone seen Jill? Homicide team attend. Homicide team attend.
Alright, y'all. We're back. Going forwards. The music is so nice. Look at them pixels dancing. Dun dun dun. And look at this guy. A tough guy. Yeah, well, thank you very much, Moobot. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Braxton. Alright, well, let's look around then.
A police officer is either off duty or patrolling the park, or both.
Coroner requests assistance at
I know we have a puzzle here. I'll see if I can solve it, but we'll see.
People seem to be enjoying the park, despite the lack of sunshine. People seem to be enjoying the park. A cop has driven his motorcycle into the park. Something Gabriel would probably never get away with. On the motorcycle is a police radio.
Ambulance to now.
Ah, so that's a good reminder. Okay.
A blues band entertains on the lawn. Now that's music.
That's music indeed.
Give a hoot. Give a hoot. Iron lampposts add charm to Jackson Square and provide illumination at night. A wrought iron fence surrounds the Jackson statue.
Ambulance to now.
Okay, let's talk to him.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Not now, buddy. I'm busy.
I should have noticed that. Thanks.
Busy with what, man? Busy looking around. Alright. Can we do this.
Good day, officer.
Yeah, you too. Keep moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, man. Let's go talk to them guys.
The band is too into their music to talk to Gabriel.
Coroner requests assistance.
The other park visitors are enjoying their leisure and aren't interested in talking to Gabriel. The band is too into their music to talk to Gabriel.
No polluting indeed.
Ambulance to lounge.
Okay. Let's walk around then. Is that from Captain Planet, Braxton Wise? Or we're not talking about the don't pollute line?
Give a hoot. These particular garbage cans do not open.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, give a hoot, don't pollute. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's talking about expressions. That's something very American, and you're not gonna find that in no book.
The garbage can has no function other than to take whatever people throw at it.
Yeah,
Gabriel's
yeah.
had days like that.
I guess similar to Smokey the Bear, right?
A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
Let's talk to him.
The drummer is busy.
He's busy. Oh, come on. He's not
The
busy.
drummer is busy.
Can we...
That wouldn't work on the drummer.
Come on. Can we push him?
The drummer is unlikely to listen to Gabriel's suggestions about moving.
Okay.
A bronze statue of Andrew Jackson
Yeah,
marks the
Uzi
center
Owl.
of Jackson Square.
Exactly.
A bronze statue of Andrew Jackson marks the center of Jackson Square.
Well, the only thing that comes to my mind when we're talking about Southern culture and hoots, obviously it's Hooters. It was one of my favorite places to visit. Although I can't say the wings were very good. But I'm gonna quote Chris Rock and say nobody goes to Hooters for wings. And that's that. Indeed, Mr. Braxton. Hey, Dizzy Place. Welcome in, buddy. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. How's your day? It's good morning to you, right? I imagine it's early morning there. You're awake? Oh well. I'm so glad to see you here. It has happened. Well, good morning. Ah, the mime. The mime was...
Why, you nasty thing, you. I'll call the police, I will.
Yeah. He's bugging them.
You white-faced geek! You want to eat my fist?
All the heavy hitters, indeed. Let me turn the volume down. Weird thing is occurring on my system right now because my keyboard has a volume rocker and I can usually use it without any problem.
Hey,
But-
stop picking on me. I'll tell my dad.
But now that I have connected my headphones, which also have a volume rocker, the one on my keyboard is not working. It's not doing anything. Only the one on my headphones is working. So that's weird. And that was very useful information for all of you, but I had to share
One of
it.
those mimes. Oh boy.
They're wireless headphones, but they're Logitech and my keyboard is Razer. So I guess that's what you get for mixing those up.
One of those mimes.
No, they're not Bluetooth. They're wireless and they have this specific Logitech proprietary light speed or something, whatever it's called. I don't know. Yeah, custom wireless protocol, exactly.
It's one of those mimes. Oh boy.
How do we... Hello. I think we have to get him to follow us.
Well, I never. Leave me alone, you
Yeah.
man.
You man! Okay, let's see those guys. And I think I can get him to follow us. But let's look around more.
Cajun band, inventive as always with their instruments, is having a good old time on the lawn. Funny how catchy that toe tapping
Well,
can be.
Dizzy plays... you call it a custom wireless protocol from a technical standpoint. I call it a ripoff. But hey,
A Cajun band, inventive as always with their instruments, is having a good old time on the lawn. Funny how catchy that toe tapping can be.
yeah, okay. Yeah, you have a better and a more polite way to say it. Everybody is doing that. Sony, Logitech.
Interrogating a mind would be an exercise in frustration. The Cajun band is a little busy for that right now.
Okay. We gotta remember how...
Jackson
How
Square
can we
is a
get
good
him-
place to rest while exploring the French Quarter, and a great place to be entertained by local performers.
Of course. And you know, where you and I come from, we are very polite. You can hear it in my voice, I'm certain. But anyway, we gotta get the mime to follow us, and the hint was the old lady. He bugged her, and she warned him that she was gonna call the police. Yeah. But how was that? How could we achieve that? Come on, man. Yeah. Come on. Come with me. Come with me, buddy. Come on. Yeah. Over here. Over here. Exactly. Leave the old lady alone. Now. Come on, man.
Nasty thing, you. I'll
Look at
call
him.
the police, I will.
Yeah. Ah. Dear old lady messed us up. She ruined our plans. Where is he? Ah, okay. So that's gonna be hard. And it's also hard to figure out Yeah, not so easy, Cody. I gotta admit, the first time I got stuck here. Because, okay, she's talking about I'm gonna call the police, but... Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can go around that... Let's see if we can go the other way around. Come on, man. Come on, follow me. Okay. So... Up here. Come on, man. Don't come over. Don't come over. Okay, there we go. Come on, come on, come on. Follow me. Like a good doggy. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. Leave the lady alone. You creep. Come on. Like that. Exactly. Exactly. There we go. There we go. Nice and slow. Come by. Come on. Now this should do it. Right?
Hey, cut that
Hey.
out. I told you to stop that.
Oh, look at him.
All right, mister. You want some
All
of
right.
this?
All right. Get the radio.
Gabriel likes his own cycle much better. Gabriel a cop has driven
How was
his
that done?
motorcycle into the park. Something Gabriel would probably never get away with.
I think... Oh, we gotta use it. We gotta use it. We gotta use it. Ah!
Homicide team attend.
Dang it. No, we didn't do it. Use it or lose it. God damn it. Let's go again. We're gonna stay here a while, guys. I'm sorry. Pro gaming.
Anyone seen Joe?
Now, one thing about older games is I have to wait for him to walk the entire way, while in more modern games, I could double click and he would directly go to where I want him to go. I know it sounds like a silly complaint, but still. Are you coming? Come on, buddy. Let's go again. Come on. Come on. Why can't we go? Uh-huh. Okay. You're correct, Dizzy. I never thought about it until I saw it implemented.
Corner.
Okay.
Why, you little...
Okay. Now we gotta use it. Use the radio. There we go.
Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 911, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times.
Damn! Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club?
South. Lakeside Drive north of Piedmont Pier, south of the country club.
Man, I don't know if it's the clouds out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead.
Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning.
It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. Got it, Molly.
Thank God. Have a good one, 911.
Interesting.
Stupid mime. Hey, you! Get away from that bike.
Sorry.
Also, Dizzy, are you calling me old? Alright. We got it. Now, where was that?
The crime scene team is still at the scene.
Yeah, go crazy about it, man.
Gabriel parks a bit out of the way and walks over to avoid adding to the general confusion.
Okay. Oh man, those animations, huh?
Hey, mostly.
Huh? Knight, you wiener, I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Mm-hmm.
Just driving by.
But don't tell anyone I let you see this, huh?
Sure, man. It's our little
It's another
secret.
one. As you can see, same MO and no frickin' clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
That's disgusting. Isn't this a rather, public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're frickin' ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports and nothing. Now, who the hell is that?
Who is that?
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We've got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about, Miss Getty.
I see. Thank you, detective. And good day, gentlemen.
Whoa, I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Molly Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her
Come
way
on,
to meet
man.
some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Nah, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
We've about wrapped it up, sir. It's another clean sweep.
Yeah, let's get the meat wagon moving then.
Do you want to leave an officer here, sir?
Nah, just leave the tape up for a few days.
Yes, sir. If you'll excuse us, sir, we'll take him away.
Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck in the water moccasins, though. I'll be back at the station. Stop by if you want to go over the case some more.
Thanks.
Braxton, I know what's on Dizzy's mind right now. I know very well. I'll tell you what it is. Dizzy, if you're there, I'm certain on your mind right now you've got cabbage rolls stuffed with meat and rice. Am I right? I know you, buddy. You call it sarmale, right? No, no corn, man. Why would there be corn? Yeah, of course sarmale will be on Christmas and on New Year. Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, corn is for the summer. But am I right? I know that's on your mind. I don't know if you can prepare those in the US. Not sure where you get the cabbage from, but probably they've got it. I imagine there are people who make it or who sell it over there too. Tree hugger druid. Yeah, you can? I imagined you could, yeah. No, okay. Obviously, Dizzy. Obviously. Who goes and buys it? If you go and buy it, are you a real Eastern European? No, you're not. Okay.
Out damn the spot. Will these pristine banks ne'er be cleaned again?
That's true, Dizzy. That is true.
There seems to be a pattern to the lines in the sand, but if there is a pattern, it's smeared. There's only one small area that's clearly defined.
Okay.
There seems to be a pattern to the lines in the sand, but if there is a pattern, it's smeared. There's only one small area that's clearly defined.
Okay, here I remember there is so much moon logic in this scene. At least for me. But let's look at everything.
Police tape marks off the crime scene. Lake Pontchartrain is impressive. It measures 24 miles across and stretches as far as the eye can see. But you wouldn't want to
That's a
swim
big
in
lake.
it.
Yeah. A lot of people complain about the logic in Monkey Island. They even call it Monkey Island logic. I don't know what that's about. I don't see it.
The grass has a matted appearance there.
Well, you can back up some stuff. Maybe make it into an image. Not sure if you're into those things. I know it's a chore to install everything from scratch. Somehow I like it. I'm used to it because back in the day when we had mechanical drives, they used to fail a lot. So I was always prepared for bad sectors and all that, and to reinstall Windows again. I mean, from scratch, not just reinstall it, but format the C drive and then just start from scratch. Drivers and all that stuff. It's just how I grew up.
Patches of grass have managed to survive life on the banks of Lake Pontchartrain. Patches of grass have managed to survive. Patches of grass have managed to survive life on the banks of Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay, no. Come on.
The lines in the sand are fairly large. Magnification wouldn't make them any clearer.
You had to use this somewhere, either on the grass, or on the blood, or on that sketch there.
Gabriel is already magnifying the sand.
Oh, it's about time. It does look like pizza, but the one you make after you have a heavy night.
It's extremely big, bloody sand. It's extremely big, bloody sand.
Do you make your own dough?
It's extremely big. It's Gabriel does not There's no... The police have already taken samples of the blood.
Okay.
The police have already taken samples of the blood. Mosley will be able to tell Gabriel if there's anything significant about it.
Yeah, making the pizza from scratch is fun, but honestly, making the dough, it's just a lot, at least in my book, and so I also buy it. But I'd rather make my own pizza. I haven't made one in a while. But I try not to eat too much of that food. Oh, his own mozzarella cheese. Oh yeah. A lot of people over here also make their own like white or yellow cheese. It's just too much for me. I am too lazy to do it, to be totally honest. Okay.
Gabriel does not particularly want to mess with the bloody sand.
Okay, now I think it's this here that we gotta check. Right? Just look at that. If you don't know about this, you get stuck.
There are marks in the grass as though some heavy wire object had been set there.
This is a tough one, and like Mitrail said earlier, that's one of the advantages of the newer version, because it's gonna give you like the focus point or interest point or whatever you want to call it immediately. Although I know a lot of modern streamers who play point and clicks, they don't like to use this mechanic where it highlights stuff. I personally like using it because, as I said earlier, I don't like pixel hunting. I know it's part of the game. Some find it charming, entertaining. I don't. I'd rather get more story, more dialogue than pixel hunting. Yeah, but since I know the game, I immediately remembered that. I had forgotten about it, but I immediately remembered it when I saw it. It is different, but I remember in the Legend of Kyrandia, I don't remember which part, the puzzle in the castle. Was this the first game? I don't want to spoil it, but there is a rock or a stone in the floor, not on the floor, in the floor, that is very hard to notice. Hopefully I didn't spoil it for anyone, especially for Mr. Mitrail, but there you go. So it's, yeah, I see you guys agree. It just, yeah. Indeed, Dizzy, that's true.
Gabriel is already magnifying that.
Yeah, Mitrail, but this is not your stream. It's my stream. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. You would forget it by the time you play Kyrandia. You haven't played Kyrandia, right? Have you? Come on, get it.
The scale looks a little delicate to pick up by hand.
Okay, so this is a good hint. Hey, the One Loaf, welcome in, buddy. So nice to see you here. How are you doing? Good evening. Well, Mitrail, it's time. Yeah, about time. Well, I'm glad to see you here. Very glad. Hope you're doing good. Okay, so this is a hint I liked. She tells you, literally, it's too delicate to pick by hand. So, obviously, you gotta use the tweezers. That's quite obvious.
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to take the small iridescent scale.
No worries. I'm glad you showed yourself.
Beats the hell out of me. What kind?
Okay. There it is.
Gabriel is carrying a scale he found near the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain.
And that's that.
That item cannot be read.
Can we open it
That
somehow?
object does-
No. Okay, that's that. And there is another thing here, which now I just remember it, and I know it, but I don't remember the hint. So let's see if we're gonna.
There seems to be a pattern to the lines in the sand, but if there is a pattern, it's smeared. There's only one small area that's clearly defined.
Okay, anyway, we're gonna come back to that.
Lake Pontchartrain is, but you wouldn't want. The banks of Lake Pontchartrain are rich with clay deposits.
Now, and look at this. Obviously, I'm gonna complain a little bit. It's part of my playthroughs to complain, obviously. If you click here,
Lake Pontchartrain is impressive. It measures 24 miles across and stretches as far as the eye can see. But
she
you
talks
wouldn't
about
want to swim
the
in it.
lake.
Lake Pontchartrain is
If you
impressive.
click here,
It measures but
she
you
talks
wouldn't
about
want
the
to-
lake.
Gabriel is on the sand and clay shore of Lake Pontchartrain, at a site where some poor bastard got to see who the voodoo murderers really are. The site
Right.
is now deserted.
Right, this is about the site itself. So you click here, you click around
Lake
here.
Pontchartrain is
She keeps on talking about the lake, although you're currently clicking on land, right? And then this little particular part is where if you click, you get a different piece of
The
dialogue.
banks of Lake Pontchartrain are rich with clay deposits.
Fun Master 2000. Hey, Ash said hi. Meow, meow, meow. Welcome in. How are you doing? Good morning to you. Where is Bobby? Is Bobby there? Give her a treat for me, would you? Also, surprise, surprise. Nice to see you here, Ash. Oh, she's meowing, meowing, meow, 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 meow. So anyway, yeah, the Lone Wolf Pun Master 3000 in all languages, probably also in Dutch, Bulgarian, Dutch, and English. He's your go-to guy for puns. You love this game, Ash? I love it too. Let me continue with my complaint. So you click around all all over along the shore, and this little part here is
Gabriel is on the sand and clay shore of Lake Pontchartrain.
only this part gives you different dialogue, is what I'm trying to say.
The banks of Lake Pontchartrain
About
are
the
rich
banks.
with clay deposits.
And this part of all games, I love it because it's so intricate, and at the same time I hate it because it's so hard to figure out. You can spend hours and hours and waste so much time just looking around, wandering around. What have you missed? Well, guess what have you missed? Those 3 little pixels to the side that will give you the solution to a puzzle. Alright, Ekofa. Yeah, what gave you missed everything? Okay. So, obviously, since the dialogue is different, we gotta pick up some clay.
Gabriel was just thinking that he could really use a lake, but he doesn't want to get his pockets wet.
Of course I can.
Is that clay?
Yeah, that is clay. Pick it up and don't pick up.
Yeah.
And look where he's gonna pick up the clay from.
Gabriel already...
And the rest is this here. Again, I don't remember the hint, and I personally can't connect it to the solution. Yeah, clay. Let's look at the clay. But Mr. Braxton Wise, when you go to the sand pit, now I don't know if you can relate, because you don't have many stray animals where you're from, and I don't know how many sand pits you've got at playgrounds. But you gotta be extra careful when you want to differentiate between real clay and cat poo in the sand pit. Probably Dizzy knows something about it. Yeah, kitty clay. I'm certain Dizzy knows about it. He has dealt with sandpit clay. I'm certain of it.
Gabriel is carrying a lump of clay from the banks of Lake Pontchartrain.
Oh, really, Braxton? So you know what I'm talking about, yeah. Yeah, Dizzy, but I'm talking about those sand pits where you play as a child, where we used to play as kids at the playground. I'm certain you had those in Romania. And I know you guys have as no? Oh wow, that's weird. Yeah, okay. Oh well. Claymation. And Clay Meowshan. Indeed, Clay Meowshan. That was a good one, the Lone Wolf. Congrats. Okay, so we've got one more thing to solve. And let's see.
Gabriel can't take the lines with him that way.
Yes, this is the hint. This is the hint. That way. How can we take the lines? How can we take them? And adding a very, very big air quotes around take. Obviously, we gotta sketch them.
Let me try to get this down.
But my gripe with this particular puzzle is, who is going to try and take the lines in the sand? Because when you look at them and the way narrates is that they're not like let's say stones or sticks or something like that you can grab. Because in another dialogue about the voodoo and all that and the murders, they tell you that around crime scenes, around such murders, there is always voodoo stuff, which is all cool, but at least the way I perceive it is this has been drawn in the sand, and I would never think to pick it up. But anyway, enough with the complaints. we got everything. Okay, let's go. Okay. And now we gotta go back to the police.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
Snakes on a plane.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What does this look like? A zoo? Never mind, don't answer that. No, I don't know nothing about no snakes.
Detective Mosley.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
All right. Yeah, man. How do we go to the office?
The door works pretty well, Wed. Gabriel can't do anything but that door from the lobby.
Come on. Now, this is something I don't remember. Okay, there we go. There we go.
The door works pretty.
Come on.
The door works pretty.
Okay. Come on. Open the door.
Detective Mosley. Hard at work, I see.
It's you, God help me.
All right. Very good. Very good. Let's look around at everything.
Mosley's office looks a lot like his room at college. Nice polyester. Looks like something Mosley keeps around for formal occasions.
Formal occasions.
Art prints of the mall variety. Logs of unsolved cases, perhaps? Mosley must have 1,000,000 of them.
Okay.
Logs of unsolved... Logs. Mosley's office looks at... Logs of unsolved cases, perhaps? Mosley must have 1,000,000 of them. Mosley's desk has more groin on it than on his head.
Hey, Oganche, welcome in, buddy. How are you doing? Good evening.
Mosley's office looks a lot... Mosley was one of those beefy guys in his youth. Now he's getting lumpy. The badge in his front coat pocket is set off particularly well by the gold polyester of his jacket.
He likes wearing polyester.
Mosley's desk has more groin on it. Logs of unsolved... Mosley's bookcase holds old magazines and binders.
Who's that? Frank's. What a babe, huh?
What a babe. Glad to hear it, buddy. Glad to hear you're fine.
Mosley's bookcase and intercom. How high-tech.
How high tech indeed.
Mosley's bookcase holds old magazines and binders, police department memos, and other didactic blurbs. A microwave. If Gabriel knows Mosley, it's used exclusively for frozen corn dogs.
Frozen corn dogs. Hey, Coyote 37, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing, dear man? You know, I was at the store earlier. He was Gabriel Squire. That's a good one, the Lone Wolf. That's a good one. So, Coyote, I was at the store earlier, and guess what I saw? A little bottle. And on the bottle, a little handle. Very peculiar, wouldn't you say so? A little, totally unusable handle. Right? You can't believe it, can you? It had a maple leaf on it, though.
Art prints of the mall variety.
Nah, nobody's gonna ban you, man. Your puns are all fine. We need them here. People don't make enough puns on GOG.
Mosley's office looks up. Mosley's office.
Okay, so let's speak to him.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Alrighty. Yeah, he is getting lumpy, isn't he? That's what happens.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
There's voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case. But the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all faked. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know, I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
What can you...
I told you, don't worry about that part of it. It's all faked.
All fake,
What
alright.
do you know about the voodoo murders?
Lots. Can you be more specific?
Do you know anything about the killers?
At least 20 people attend the killings. We know this from the variety of footprints found at the scene.
You think so, Dizzy? He's looking amazing, man. Look at that hair.
Can be. But we'd have to have a suspect in custody first, and the suspect would have to match one of the few distinct prints we have. Most of the footprints are smudged, trodden over, unreadable. These guys are so casual in their expertise, it's maddening. Like they know we'll never find them.
How many murders have there been so far?
7 murders have so far been linked to the voodoo murders case. Now, the first murder occurred about 8 weeks ago. The MO was the same in each murder. Lake Pontchartrain was the 7th.
What kind of evidence have you found?
No fingerprints, a few bare footprints. Found a few fibers, but not many. The weirdest one was leopard fur.
Leopard fur? Describe the crime scenes.
Now there's the corpse itself, minus the heart. Around where the body was killed, we find marks and flour and blood. There are traces of wax from candles, red and black. Ordinary wax candles, so the lab reports. Also blood and feathers of chickens. Also goat's blood. And plenty of the victim's own, of course.
Yeah. Less idle and more Billy. Well, very well said, the Lone Wolf. I like that. Okay, so a lot of blood.
What's the coroner say?
The victim's heart is always ripped out of the chest and missing. We haven't located a single one of them.
Lovely. Any idea what they do with them?
Don't even want to know. Also, the coroner says some of the victims had heart attacks before the incision. Literally scared to death. The knife wounds are consistent with a long, narrow, wavy-edged knife. Probably a ritualistic dagger.
Any witnesses?
Nope. There's never been a single witness. No one's even heard a disturbance. It's damned weird. Like they just don't want people to see, and so nobody sees nothing.
Okay.
Know anything about the victims?
The victims are all out-of-towners. We still don't know why.
Okay then, let's go forward.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
Sure, no problem.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You and me grew up together, you tell me. It's a pretty nice place, even seeing the stuff I see. You know, the quarter's getting a bit too wild, though. Getting hard to control. Not quite what it was when you and me used to hang here, but hell, I've never known anything else.
What can you tell me about?
I'm too sentimental to say anything else about it.
What do you know about?
What else do you want to know?
Oh, no.
Sure.
What can you...
Do
you know anything about snakes?
The only thing I know about snakes is I don't like them.
Oh, not many people do. Hey, Bukhartu, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. How are you doing? Good day to you.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No. Ha! Is that anything like a Chuck Yeager?
I don't think there's any relation. Tell me about yourself.
For the book?
Sure, why not?
Okay, what do you want to know?
How'd you like working on the police force?
Are you kidding? You know I love being a cop. In New Orleans, it's the best place in the world to be one.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, you know, I don't like to count my chickens before they're hatched, but I don't see why I can't be the chief of police of New Orleans someday. I already know the mayor, and my record is one of the best in the department.
I'm sure it's just a matter of moments, mostly.
Yeah, you'll see.
Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
I'm serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm a freaking ballet dancer. Jeez. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana
He looks like a
State
ballet
Fair
dancer for
marching
real.
contest. I play trumpet, too. You know, put your lips together and blow.
Right.
How's your home life?
Oh, real funny, Knight. Why don't you just bring in some freaking salt?
Okay, that's so bad, man.
Shit.
Right. Sorry about
But
that.
funny.
Just tell me anything at all.
Remember how we used to play monkey in the middle? We used to piss off our senior year teacher. What was her name? Ms. McKelly? You'd act like you were gonna toss her an eraser or something. Then you'd throw it to me over her head. And we used to do it at your grand's, too. Like with the remote when she wanted to watch your soaps.
Yep. And it was a great way to pick up women in the library hall. Oh, those were the days.
Well, that's a good advice. If you guys don't know how to pick up women at the library, toss things over their heads. Works every time, I tell ya.
Just tell me anything at all.
You know, my doctor told me I've got a little family of ulcers starting. I wish this case would end so I could get some rest for a change.
Okay. Something else?
My back hurts.
Oh. My back hurts too, guys.
Just tell me anything at all.
For the book, I wanted to be an astronaut when I was young. Or a fireman.
Fascinating.
I wanted to be an astronaut too. Then I had to study math and physics. And then I became an IT.
Just tell me anything at all.
I'm 6'2".
You are not.
Oh, come on. I'm close enough. Just write me up that way.
Oh, God. Just tell me anything.
You know, I kind of like women with dark hair.
Yeah, I know. It's a regular thing with you.
Now that Grace.
You're on your own with that one, pal. I don't even want to know.
He has a crush on our Grace.
Just tell me anything.
Remember how we used to play monkey in the middle? We used to piss off our seat.
Almost, Mr. Braxton.
What's her name? Ms. McKelly? You'd act like you were gonna toss her an eraser or something, then you'd throw it to me over her head. And we used to do it at your grand's, too. Like with the remote when she wanted to watch her soaps.
Yep, and it was a great way to pick up women in the library. Oh.
I will for sure watch that real life simulator, Mr. Dizzy. For sure.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
It's your day.
Okay.
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
Right.
Can't seem to make any progress, though. Sluggish damn case. It's weird.
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So, I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now. Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
Of course not.
Gabriel doesn't see any. Gabriel would prefer to touch as little of Mosley's stuff as possible.
Here, drink it.
Thanks.
A droid store. Oh my god. Yeah. A real life. Yeah, exactly. He would be a hardcore corner, wouldn't he?
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Alright. Photographs.
I got those photographs you left for me.
Really? Great. What'd you think?
Astonishingly lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Got any more ideas for photos for the book?
A cop author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not? Of course, you'll have to try to tone down your masculinity.
Well, okay. I'll call the police photographer.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but we'll use those dialogue choices again.
Franks, come here a minute, would you? Bring your camera.
The order of operations
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
is wrong now.
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, huh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
Say, chintzy.
Was there anything else, Knight?
Okay.
Nope, that's
We'll
about
come
it.
back to this.
Great. Thanks, Franks. Hey, I made a rhyme.
You're astonishing, mostly.
Oh,
Hey, don't call
he
me
just
that in front of the
amazing.
lady wise guy.
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Do you
There.
know anything about the patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those little marks around. We got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said
Okay.
you can see the file.
Alright. Let's go and do that. We're not gonna insult him. Okay.
The suit doesn't open.
Come on, Gabriel. Okay.
Can I ask you a few questions, ma'am?
I'm sorry, sir, but I really have to finish these reports.
What?
Just a few questions?
Officer Frick or Detective Mosley could probably be more help, sir.
No.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The voodoo murders file? Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if he said so.
Okay.
There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And
See?
no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course. I
So
understand completely.
this is the puzzle that we must solve now. How to live with it. Well, actually, how to get a photocopy of it and then leave with it. And that's where the photo comes in. The other photo we're gonna take.
It's the official police file.
Evidence. Okay.
The police file contains partial patterns from the first 6 voodoo murders.
This puzzle is not so hard to figure out.
The police file contains partial patterns from the first 6 voodoo murders.
Well, yeah, actually, I gotta say that I also watch some of the games that Braxton is playing, or Mitrel, or some of the other retro streamers, especially for games that I'd enjoy watching, but not playing, not so much playing. So, although said as a joke, probably by Dizzy, it has some truth there. Okay, so now there you go.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so this is how we're gonna play it out. We're gonna cheat. In a very sleazy way, if I may say so. Actually, I should have tried something else. Hold on.
I'll let
Yeah.
you get back to it.
Ciao, baby.
Okay.
It's an inbox. There's a file folder in it.
Can we take it?
That file stays in this room.
Yeah, baby. Don't worry about it.
I told you, you can't photocopy official police files.
Right. Sorry. I forgot.
Yeah, we forgot. Apologies, ma'am.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
All right then. In reality, you don't have to try, because obviously she told you not to. But now we have a very
You're the writer. Ask away.
sleazy way. We're gonna ask for another photo.
So you said. Did you think of any other shots for the book?
Yeah.
Let's take another cop author shot.
What for?
I don't think we got your best side.
Really? Okay. I'll have Franks come in again.
Is there any other desk sergeant other than Grumpy? I don't think so.
Franks, come back in here with that camera.
Alright. Yeah, if you could walk any slower.
Now what, sir?
That clown wants another picture. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. What else could I possibly have to do?
She is not happy with that.
Anything else, Knight?
Yeah. Let's go through all of them, huh?
How about one of me and Officer Frank?
Let's be sexist.
I don't know. Franks? Just kidding, Franks. You want to get me fired for sexual harassment, Knight?
Yep.
Well,
of course.
Yeah, ha. Now, is there anything else, or can I let this lady go back to her desk?
Nah. We gotta go and check our hair. And I gotta say, until you figure out that puzzle, it takes some time.
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight, make it fast.
Because, at least in my mind, what gives you the idea? There is no mirror. There is no mirror here, or maybe I have missed it. And this guy, he doesn't care about anything. So I had no idea he was gonna go out, because those are all windows, right? There is no mirror here. So why would checking my hair make me go out? But anyway.
Let me see that file again.
Yeah, who are you talking to, man? There is no one here. Other than this guy, who doesn't care about anything.
Just want to check this machine here.
I like the way he's whistling. And it looks like he's peeing. Nobody heard that, right? Absolutely no one. Here we go. Hey, Mr. Deadset. Yeah, we're gonna finish in just a little bit. We're gonna finish day 1, and then I'm gonna call it a night too. But thank you so much for coming in. Much appreciated. And say hi to the missus, and obviously to the cats. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, Deadset. Maybe you stream them. Of course, Gusto too. Good night, that's it. Lots of kisses. Well, yeah. After we have a couple of beers, maybe you'll convince me. IRL, right? Okay.
Would you just get in here?
Okay, we've got our copy.
Hurry up, would you?
Okay, ready.
Ready?
Thanks, hon.
You're so handsome.
The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god. Alrighty then. Well, okay, I think that's that. We got it now.
Gabriel has a photocopy of the official police file. Gabriel has a photocopy of the official police file containing the partial patterns from the voodoo murder.
Okay. And obviously now we gotta go and ask our Grace to research this. I think that was what we had to do.
The partial pattern from the crime scenes intrigues Gabriel. What does it mean? The partial pattern from the crime scenes intrigues Gabriel. What does it mean?
What does it mean indeed? Okay.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
The case status.
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
All right. Nothing else.
What else do you want to...
Oh,
All
nothing,
right.
never mind.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, I think that's that. Let's see
I'm
if
gonna hit
that
the
will
road.
will do.
baby.
Hey KillyK69, I have not played the remastered version. I was going to play it, but I prefer to play the original version because it's a retro game on a retro channel. Maybe one day we're gonna play the remaster, but yeah, I so I've heard, guys. So I've heard. Is there anything else we wanna go? No, we wanna go to our bookshop.
Lucy, I'm home.
Oh, joy.
Oh man.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do we... Anything else?
Do you know anything?
I've told you all I...
What do you know about...
You won't get far questioning me about it.
Do you know
Snakes.
anything about snakes?
Doing a family tree, Gabriel?
Very funny. I mean real snakes. You know, scaly, cold-blooded. I would have thought you'd find them empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I know very little about reptiles of any kind and prefer to keep it that way. I think there's a book on snakes around here somewhere, though.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. We took it.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No. Is that a voodoo word?
I don't think so. It's German.
No, but it has a nice ring, doesn't it? Schottenjäger.
Maybe somebody who hunts particular animals.
Do you have messages for me?
Nope.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
Could you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, you know, stuff about the voodoo murders. If you could get an address...
They're murders. Right. I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well, it's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
Very ominous. And we've got a good scene. That's one terrific dream, isn't it? All right. A mask I wore as I approached, I was what I am not. And though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought. How poetic.
Good morning. Don't you
Morning,
look
y'all.
swell today? Actually, swollen.
Oh,
So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table.
So nice of her to make us some coffee.
Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh, it always does that. Never mind.
ha, ha.
Did you dream about the fire and the hang guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is...
Hey! Far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West Ingram. That's the Garden District, Estate City.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I've ever seen. Ouch!
Oy, men.
Well, alright there, gang. That's gonna be it for today. So, we're gonna say good night to everyone, good day, and all that. Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you enjoyed it. And that's gonna be it. Again, Mr. Braxton, thanks for everything. Thank you everyone for coming by. It was a pleasure, a dream come true, to stream on GOG with so many nice people. Honestly, I feel like I'm at the bar with all friends around me and just enjoying our time. Sure. Thank you, Braxton. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the game, enjoyed the stream. Maybe I'll see you again. Evil Queen, thank you so much for coming by. Much appreciated. And I think in a couple of hours, but I don't know, in a couple of, I don't know what's next, but I think it's Bitumen that's playing. Yeah. Diablo. Oh, okay, that's cool. I may be awake for the first hour or so. Yeah. Oh, okay then. Alright. Well, alrighty. We almost made 4 hours, so that was nice. Honestly, didn't feel them at all. I see. Well, probably see you in about 3 hours or so. Play some Diablo. And that's gonna be it from me. Take care, y'all, and all the best. Goodbye. Thank you, Braxton. Take care. If you want to rate somebody, go ahead. I have no idea who. But I am gonna stop the stream now. Bye.